Okay. Well, we're excited to get started. We've had 29 practices and they've been pretty good. It's all led to the build up for opening night. We're playing against a team that had a winning record last year, that returned some guys that are good players. They play an up-tempo style of basketball. They have the preseason conference player of the year back. They have their point guard back and their starting center back. Well-coached, unique style. And, so we'll have our hands full, but we'll be ready. Guys are excited. We've had a good couple of days of practice. Obviously, we were able to build, hopefully, off of some things from the exhibition game last week. I think we've gotten a little bit better. And we're excited about the journey that we're on and anxious to get started tomorrow. So, any questions?
Jeff, what's unique about the Citadel style? You mentioned they're unique.
They play one of the fastest paces. They shoot a lot of threes. Last year, they were one of the top teams as far as tempo, top teams as far as three-point field goals attempted per game. So they get up and down. They're 4 and 5 are really good passers. Their 4 is a really unique player. Kid Brown's the preseason player of the year. He's an elite level rebounder. He's an elite level competitor. He scores it. He pushes it in transition. He's a really, really good player.
Jeff, I obviously know that you can't comment on Ithiel's legal situation, but I was just curious what impact his absence has for you guys on the court, and how does it maybe change some of the guard rotations, that you guys are going to have to play, and what sort of impact do you envision his absence having?
Well, everyone has to step up a little bit more, in his absence. We've looked at guys in some different positions. We'll make some adjustments and we'll be okay.
Obviously you have Femi. I know Nate Santos seemed like he played some 2 last Monday night. Who else do you have? You could look at some of those backcourt spots at this point.
Will Jeffers is a guard. Oni is a guard. So those guys can do that. Mo can swing to a wing position for us. We'll be okay. We'll figure it out. We'll be okay, and we'll adjust.
Yeah, Jeff, I guess speaking of those guards too, we had talked to you briefly last week about Jamarius. I was curious if there was any update or if y'all had a clear idea of when he might be back or what he's been able to participate in lately.
He's been able to do all the non-contact stuff. Has not done any contact yet. So obviously that means he will not play tomorrow. And then I think right now it's probably day by day, seeing how he does. We ramp things up a little bit more today. We'll see how he responds to that. And then we'll make a decision going forward, depending on, how he's progressing.
Jeff, do you have a conversation?
Gotcha.
Do you have a conversation with Femi just about, hey, don't try to do too much. Make sure you just stay within the frame of the offense with other guards not able to be there?
No, I want Femi to be himself. I haven't had a conversation like that. It's just I think he's playing really well and want him to continue to play well, and just to be him. That's it.
Jeff, you came into this season with some of your own guys that are a little bit older and some transfers looking to replace some of the experience you lost. Do you feel like the losses now, you're going to have to lean on some younger guys maybe a little bit earlier than you had anticipated coming into this season?
Well, guys certainly have an opportunity to step up. That's what they prepare for. That's what we're prepared for. They work every day. They've had a great off season. Once we start practice, they've improved each and every day. So it's a tremendous opportunity for them. That's how I look at it.
Coach, going up against the Citadel with their fast-paced offense, are you guys looking defensively to try to slow them down, look at potential zone matches, or are you also concerned when it comes to having extra possessions that Pitt could potentially play a little fast and loose when it comes to the ball, potentially turn the ball over going up against them?
Well, we have to be very smart. with what we do. We have to value the basketball. Transition defense is imperative for us. Half court defense, we have to be really, really good there. We have to be connected. And then we have to be smart offensively. If an opportunity is there for us to push, we have to do that. If it's not, then we have to run good offense. But one of the biggest things is that we have to value the basketball. And we have to make sure that we get the best shot for Pitt every time down the floor.
Jeff, when you look at it from a leadership perspective, what do you hope or expect Nike to be able to provide from the sideline?
Well, he's an older guy. He's been through a lot. Obviously, we hurt for him, but I anticipate Nike to be there, to be encouraging, to be a sounding board for some of our new guys, for some of our younger guys that don't have as much experience, and for him to kind of be able to share what he sees, from watching. He'll watch it from a different lens now, and I think he'll be able to help guys that way.
Jeff, how is progressing as an offensive player?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part.
So how is John Ugley progressing as an offensive player?
He's progressing. He's a good offensive player. He didn't play well the other night, but in our exhibition game, but we have confidence in him.
Jeff, I know Nate hasn't played a lot of basketball the last couple of years. How would you say, he is as far as readiness right now compared to maybe a typical freshman that would have played, a couple full seasons coming in?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because a lot of guys haven't played. It's been such an abnormal time. Seasons in high school have been disjointed. Some have played a little bit. Some have played a lot. A lot of them haven't played in front of people. But I like where Nate is. I think he's a good player. He's got really good size. He can shoot the basketball. He's gotten better defensively since he's been here. And I think he's going to be a good player for us. So we're excited about it.
Jeff, this obviously been a difficult week for this team, where these guys in the span of a week lose two of their teammates. I was curious, how do they seem to be responding and reacting to it? And how do they seem to be kind of faring and adjusting to what's been sort of a rapidly changing environment around them?
Yeah, they've been good. They've had great attitudes. Again, we talk about next man up. I mean, we control what we can control. And we can control the guys that we have and control our attitudes, how we show up, come ready to work, come with the right mindset. They've done that. Hopefully it shows up tomorrow.
All right. Anything else for Coach?
All right. Thank you, guys. See you. Hope your back feels better.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right. I know the original plan was to have some players today, but the schedule changed a little bit, so we're not going to have any players for you guys today. But obviously we will hopefully tomorrow after the game.